The history of black people in America has been one in which we've had to deal with forms of death, which meant we had to look for sources of spirituality connected to social activism. And once we lose access to those sources, we find ourselves deferring to status quos and acting as if our aim and the very end of the black freedom movement was simply one of narrow success and a truncated version of the American dream. And that's one of the worst things that we've done to the younger generation, is to tell them we want you to be successful. Put on your three-piece suit if you want to. Think you're somebody. Buy your Bentley if you want to. Find your huge mansion in vanilla suburbs if you want to. Sooner or later, the worms will get your body. White brothers and sisters come up to me, Brother West, I just can't get over this sense of being hated like this. It's killing me. This is the third week and I just can't take it. Go ask Jamal about what it's like to be hated. Go ask Letitia what it's like to be hated. To be a nigger in America for 400 years is to be unsafe, unprotected, subject to random violence, and hated for who you are. Then love thy neighbor becomes all of a sudden a truncated demand. Love thy neighbor but gays and lesbians. Love thy neighbor but Jews. Love thy neighbor but Asians. Just like so much of white Christianity, Constantinian Christianity for so long was what? Love thy neighbor but nigga. American slavery, 244 years. Threat of social death. Black people having no legal status, no social standing, no public value whatsoever, just commodities to be bought and sold. I love my brother 50 Cent. He's a handsome brother. He's a bigger brother than I am. I define gangster activity, gangsters come in all colors. I define gangster activity as persons preoccupied with the 11th commandment, thou shalt not get caught. 2, mistreating, violating innocent folk and think there's no accountability whatsoever. And 3, my dear sister Condoleezza Rice. She's well educated. She's got the right credentials. She's articulate. She's well dressed. But my question to my dear sister is, these black folk, they always raising these difficult questions. They interrogating dogmas like white supremacy. Well, we deny that. We don't want to spend too much time on white supremacy and its legacy. No accident, the U.S. Constitution has no reference to the institution of slavery. It's called denial of the founding fathers. Oprah's a genius, entrepreneurial genius. But I love her enough to tell the truth about it. I believe, actually, Bishop Jakes is a spiritual genius. I really do. That brother's got some insights in how to deal with obstacles in life that helps me out. And I appreciate it. But then the question becomes, what happens when your pastor becomes more and more a CEO? What happens when you enter the church and you see 2 ATM machines before you see a cross? It was against the law for black people to worship God without white supervision. We don't like to talk about that.
We don't like to talk about that. We don't like to talk about that.